Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Lower that a little bit. Just a smidge. You can dip it. Here we go. Hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Keeping It Real with Jello and Key. Tonight we have two amazing gentlemen that we can't wait for you guys to meet and hear what they have to say. At the end of this video, again, please leave your questions, your comments, your concerns. Always use hashtag KIR with JK and follow us on Twitter at KIR with JK. So at Keeping It Real with Jello and Key.
And if you guys want more information about the guys, definitely email them. We'll gladly throw that out there for you guys.
Yes, so it's Keeping It Real with Jello Key, right?
Yeah.
At gmail.com. So let us introduce these amazing gentlemen to you guys tonight. Woo-hoo! So the first is gonna be Mr. Ian. Let's give it up for Ian. Woo! Ian is amazing, and this is not his first time on TV. So if you guys want to see more about Ian, go on mtv.com/Silent Library. He's on season 4, episode 9, and you can check him out on there. Yes, Ian?
Come see me.
Come see him. That's right.
And then we have somebody that's really close to Ian's heart, Ray Day.
Ray Day. V8. Twin turbo. Ray Ban.
Come see him too. If you see one, you see the other. They one and thing two.
They come in two.
They come in pairs. Just like me and Keith
My
come in
G-Ray.
pairs. They come in pairs. You can't separate us. You see one, you see the other. So tonight the guys are really excited and I think a little bit nervous.
More nervous
A
than
little bit.
excited.
Yeah. To see what Gia and I have in store for them. They got the Henny in the system, the Ciroc in the system. So some things might come out that they might not want you to hear.
But they're just gonna keep it in.
But they're just gonna keep it real. Because that's what we do on this show. We keep it real. Keep it 100. It don't matter. If you had your heart broken, we want to know about it.
We sure do.
Right, Key?
I sure do.
Okay. So, the guys still don't know really what we're going to talk to them about. But Key and I have decided.
Pull it up.
The first thing we want to talk to the guys about
No.
is falling in love. And we'll get into the cheating. We want to talk about falling in love. That's something all of us will do. If we haven't done it yet, we will. And if you haven't had your heart broken yet,
You will.
you will. We're sorry to put it to you that way. Life is not a fairy tale like all of us think it is.
So
So guys, have you been in love? Tell us about your being in love experience. We know a little bit.
What are we starting at? Left to right.
Whoever wants to start first. Alphabetical order, whatever you want.
I guess that would be me.
That will be you, Mr. Ian. So we're gonna have Ian tell us a little bit about his experience. I'm sure you guys can relate.
So I've been in love one time in my life where I thought I had the right girl, and it panned out to be a little different. So what ended up happening is that I thought she was going to be the one, and she ended up breaking my heart. And I changed who I was as a person for this girl because I thought she was going to be the one. Prior to her, I was a guy who went out, didn't have a care in the world, and I did what I wanted because I felt like I had it all. She basically wanted me to like simmer down, become the guy that every girl wants, and I became that person for her. I know you're laughing because you were with me during that time. Always.
Ray's like, it's a table. You don't even know what he got himself into.
And she ended up breaking my heart, and it was just, she changed me as a person. I can't be that person anymore because I've had my heart broken.
you can't, or you just choose not to.
How don't you know that the perfect woman is gonna come along for you? Because you're holding back from the other hurts.
You're gonna overlook that, overpass that.
Because in my head, I really still believe that she was that perfect girl. So in my head,
So you haven't moved on.
So you're waiting for her to come back.
she ain't never coming back. But in my head, I really believe
That she is.
that she was that
But
person.
what about was? You're not answering the question though, because if you think about it, you're saying she was that person. She was the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. But you know that's never gonna happen.
But wait, Key, before you get there, I want to ask him about.
Let me ask you one question. So everyone, I know we're changing it up a little bit, but
No, that's fine.
all right,
We
picture
like
this. Everyone believes that there's this fairy tale ending for everybody.
Yes.
Imagine you know right now that there's not this perfect person for you. You're going to live your life the way you want to live. You're going to dress the way you want to dress because you're not going to have to worry about that other person.
Yeah.
So to me, right now, I feel like I'm going to do what I want, when I want, dress how I want.
Do what you want.
But that
what I want.
person should accept you for who you are.
Absolutely. But before we get into her breaking her heart, I want Ian to tell us a little bit about when he fell in love. Because he told me a little bit about how she fell in love with him first and he didn't learn how to appreciate that. I want to get into a little bit of that because I feel that I can relate. I feel that, and Key can relate to me too. I feel like sometimes, like you said before, Ian let us know that he feels that girls mature before men. So if there's any men out there that don't agree, please let us know. But we have men that have told us that girls mature before men. And I can agree that I feel that girls, we look beyond men and their flaws. And we fall in love with the man as the person. And we love that man. But I feel like men never learn how to appreciate us until we literally are God.
And done and over with.
And Ian, correct me if I'm wrong, you said once a woman is out of love, she'll never fall in love with you again.
I did say that.
He did say that. Not on camera, but he said it.
Not on camera, but I did say
But
it.
he said it.
So at one time, this girl was probably more in love with me than I was with her. But because of the way I acted prior, she fell out of love with me, and then there was no recouping that. I may have fallen completely head over heels in love with her,
But it was too late.
but it was too late. I could never recover from her falling out of love
So do you
with me.
take full responsibility of why you guys are not together? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because I don't
agree
take
with
full
him. I wouldn't take
responsibility.
responsibility for that
I don't
either.
take responsibility for what happened, but at one point she would have done anything for me. But I wasn't mature enough to realize that, and she fell, I don't know if she fell out of love with me, but she just wanted to see if there was something else out there, and she may have found
The 80-20.
the 80-20 rule. The 80-20
If you haven't checked out our
rule.
80-20 video, please do. When we talk about this, Ian
She may have found that 20% that I wasn't offering her and found it elsewhere, but it wasn't the full picture.
I agree.
So
I get it. Do you think age had anything to do with the falling in love?
I don't think age had anything to do with the falling in love, but at the time I was substantial. I shouldn't say substantially, but I was
Older.
a good 7 years older than her. But at the time, I thought I knew what I wanted, and she knew exactly what she wanted, and I couldn't offer her that, and I just wasn't ready to accept what she was offering to me.
Yeah.
For
So
that.
it was like a mismatch kind of thing.
Exactly.
It wasn't
feel
perfect
you
time,
guys
but
were-
the timing was off.
Yeah, the
But
timing
the
was
timing
off.
was completely off. So if you had went like 4 or 5 years down the road, it would have worked. But at the time, it didn't.
Everything happens for a reason.
Which I can see where he's coming from. Like I know someone that is in a relationship where they were in a relationship where they were the older person and that their significant other didn't really learn how to appreciate them until later on in life.
So you know what I think?
But that sucks. You know what I mean? Like that's always that part where it's like, but what if? Like what if you would have learned how to appreciate me? What if I would have waited for you to grow up?
I personally
You know what I mean?
feel like
It's all funny games till somebody gets hurt.
I'm hurt.
So Ian, how are you moving forward now? Like I know you said, she was the one that changed the whole game for you, right? Like
She changed it and ruined it.
She changed it and reversed it,
basically.
right? And do you feel like me personally? Why don't you look at it? Maybe before her, you was like that little player, correct? And why don't you take it as an experience lesson learned? For example, why don't you see it as she came into my life for me to value woman a little bit more until perfected.
Because
I'm not done. So you should have took it as, let me value the woman a little bit more. Maybe I need to get more into my emotions than her giving me a lesson for the next person that I deal with. I know how to value and know what to look for.
Because at the time I wasn't ready for that. And then fast forward to where we broke it off, I knew what I wanted, but she was past that point. So I won't let somebody put me in a place where I'm going to be hurt again. I don't like being vulnerable, nor do I like someone having the power over me. I like having the power, and that means it's completely mental.
Sometimes men don't want to be with you, but they also don't want to see somebody else.
Men like having control. Of course, it's a control thing.
Well, I'm a woman that likes control, and I
like control.
that.
You may feel like you have control, but you don't.
have
But you don't, because your man has control.
He doesn't have.
He has control.
Hey, do you have control?
He has control.
Let me know.
Because if he doesn't have, somebody else
control.
will take control.
Babe, let me know if you got control.
So what about you, Ray?
What's up?
Wait, before we start with Ray, I'm sorry, Ray. I just want Ian to realize I'm a firm believer that everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing. That girl, that specific woman was a lesson. She wasn't the blessing. The blessing is still to come.
Yet to come.
Maybe.
So I don't think that you should pause yourself from catching feelings or falling in love with someone else, because you never know what that person has to offer.
I'm not writing it off, but
you're not ready for it yet.
listen, I'm in my 30s. Young 30s.
So what? 30 is the new 20.
30 is the new 20, but
Doesn't matter.
I'm new 14.
But by
I feel like 14 years old. 30 is the new 20, I'm the new 14. Where we at? You want to be 17 years old.
30 is the new 20, 20 is the new 14. 14. The new 4.
But you gotta understand that, you know, hypothetically speaking, in the time frame, time is running out for me. So if I'm not gonna meet that special someone, it ain't gonna happen.
But you gotta give it a chance.
But you're not.
I don't feel like you're giving it a chance.
I'm not writing it off.
You're not giving it a chance.
You're saying you're not writing it off, but your actions are speaking different.
Because I've been hurt, and it's not gonna change who I am. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
But
How open are you?
I've yet to see it. Because I date. I go out with girls. I see what they're about. But
okay, but here's my question for you. Do you think you don't see it because your guard is up?
it could.
You could be looking past it.
That's what I said. You're overlooking it.
You're looking past it because.
But I know what I want. I'm at an age.
Everybody knows what I know what I want.
And if I'm not gonna find it, I'm okay with being alone.
No, that's fine because you should never settle. You should never settle if you're not perfectly happy.
I do what I want, and I have a happy life. I got Ray Day. It's my boy.
Islam.
2014.
Ray Day, V8 twin turbo. Come see him. He's got that V8 twin turbo. But I get to do what I want. I live a happy life, but I'm not going to need that special someone to make me happy. I'm happy with myself, so if someone does come along,
You learn to love
No,
yourself.
and I can
I'm
agree
open
with
to it.
Ian. You should never need someone to make you complete. They should just add to your complete list. That's how I feel. I should never have to be like, I need a man to make me happy. No, like I'm already happy. He just makes me happier.
It's becoming
That's
with self-love. You have to. It's also in age.
it. Okay, nugget from keeping it real. Don't fall in love with anybody else unless you're in love with yourself. Because then we just talking about a recipe for disaster. Okay?
but if you are going to be in love with either me or Ray Day. That's it.
That's
Come
what
see
I'm
us.
saying.
Come see
Case
us.
closed. Case closed.
Moving on.
okay,
moving
Next
on.
topic.
Hold
All right,
on.
Ray, we haven't
What
heard
happened?
nothing from you.
Nothing.
Not a peep.
I'm the wizard, that's why.
Oh man,
It's
I'm
one of
scared.
those.
I'm scared.
One
I'm
of
scared.
Wow,
All right,
we
Ray.
talk about stuff for me. We gonna talk about wizard stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Stuff you ain't never heard of.
All right, that's fine.
Talk to me.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
I'm all ears.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Talk that talk.
Where's the questions at?
We
though?
want to know about
Your
have
love
you been in love? Are you in love? Have you loved and lost?
I've loved and lost.
Okay. Tell us about it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
It's not a real big deal. Like, I was with somebody for like 3 years.
That's a big deal. 3 years is a big deal.
3 years was a big deal, but I got friends that were with somebody for 14 years, just broke up. Like, out here in the game, it's different. But I mean, I've been somebody for 3 years. I was in love, and it was just different because it was like a controlling relationship. Like, I was in love with the girl. She was very beautiful. She was a real person. She wasn't like a ratchet girl out here in the streets and like, you know, she was real. She wasn't like, she was beautiful and she wasn't ratchet. And I like that about her. And she was just controlling. So I felt like,
So
you know,
just
she switched the game up. Like
Homegirls out here like the emojis.
most relationships you hear about is like the guys controlling, guys putting hands on girls. I would never hit a girl. I would never, you know what I'm saying? I would never do that.
Yeah.
And I was raised in a loyal family, so I would never cheat on a girl. If I was going to cheat on a girl, I would break up with her first, then to cheat on her. On top of that.
I respect
And
that.
this girl that I was with, she was beautiful, she was smart, she was in school, and she just felt like everything that I'm about was to cheat or to go. Every time I wanted to go out with my boys, she felt like I was going to do something. She wanted to come with me.
You
But
know
it was
that
a guys' night. Like, girls have girls' night.
What's wrong
Sometimes
with
guys have
guys?
You
guys'
know
night.
what it is? I
You know
feel
what I mean?
like she didn't love herself.
I was gonna
Because
say
all
that.
her time
She was
involved
too
in-
insecure. She
Maybe.
was too insecure.
Do you think that
It's
she
within
was,
herself.
she had to be insecure because she
I think
knew
she
what you
was.
had. She knew what you had.
I think she was, but I dealt with it and I didn't care about the insecurity. Like, I wanted to change her, or that's the girl I wanted, but it would never change, and I felt like it is what it is. Like, I had to.
But you know what I've learned?
I'm not gonna change myself or my what I
No,
do or
you
what I
should
want to
never.
do to be with her, but
You
I
should
did it
never.
for 2-3 years. You know what I mean?
But that's what love does to you.
Yeah,
It
does
changes
that.
you. It makes
Love
you
is
act.
definitely
after a
It
blind.
makes you act a different way.
Love is blind. And we can all. Your mind, yes, it will. We can all
All right,
develop.
all right, Eve.
I Eve, key to Eve. Where her Adam at? We waiting for Adam. Where's the Adam to my little Eve over here?
But it comes to a point. It comes to a point where you're like,
Enough is enough.
enough is enough. And it's not like I broke up with her. She broke. It was like a mutual type thing, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, I tried to get back with her, but it didn't work out. It was just we're two different people.
Yeah.
And the difference was when I got with her, she was 20 years old, so she couldn't even go out and drink like that. She couldn't go to the bars. I was like 23. I was a couple years older. So I felt like
So you think age had a
those
little bit
couple-
of it
I
too?
I think it did because at 24 or 23 years old, and she was 20, I was a little bit more mature. I've done a lot of more things than she did. You know.
So
and
maturity.
I think it was
is a
it,
big
but it was a
factor.
small gap. It wasn't, you know. It was
It's just, honestly,
2-3 years, but you gotta hear me out though. It was 2-3 years, but I think in those 2-3 years it made a big difference because that's a drinking age. So if she's 20, I'm 22, 23. You know, I put a lot of time into that relationship, so I feel like,
But there's also a lot
you know,
you
it
guys can't
ended
relate
and
to.
it was different. So I can't, you know, I can't date nobody without, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be within 3 years of my age for me to date them because
Yeah.
I don't want to waste. I wasted a lot of time with that girl that I was with, and you know,
So you
I
think
put
it
in
was
the
time
time where
wasted
it's
and
time
not
wasted
lessons
time.
learned?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to get immaturity in my next relationship. I don't want no immaturity. I want to be in the same page. She can be 2-3 years younger than me, okay, but you can't be
But you-
21,
do you-
20
But you
years
put
old.
it as time
Right, let me
wasted,
ask-
not just
yeah.
a lesson
Yes,
learned.
it's
You
a
were-
time wasted.
It's a lesson learned, but it's time wasted at the
no,
same
it's
time.
not.
It's
No,
not
it's
time
not
wasted.
time wasted.
Because you
Because you would
gain
never
so
say.
much
You would
from
never
it.
know what you know today if it
Alright,
wasn't for
put it
that
this way.
relationship.
If a girl 21 years old came up to me like, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, it's different because you still gotta mature. You're still a baby. You're 21.
I
22 years old.
disagree.
I disagree. You have to get
I
to know them.
disagree.
Yeah, you have to get to know
Ian,
them.
hold on.
I think it depends.
No,
How many
Ian,
heartbreaks can you have at 21 years old?
Listen, hold
One.
on.
Wait.
Middle school.
Wait.
High
Before you
school,
say anything,
Hold
at
on.
20
ninth
years,
grade,
wait, no, hold
right.
at
He's
21,
right.
I had
He's
already
right.
been
At
in a
21,
4-year
he's right.
relationship. At 21, I
what
had
are you
already
gonna
been in a
experience?
relationship for 4 years.
Okay. But
At
what are you gonna
23, I've been in my
At
relationship for
17,
6 years.
18, I've been in a relationship for 5 years, middle school.
But that's what I'm saying. So by 21, you were pretty mature.
But is it
for a
real love?
relationship.
In middle
That's
school,
a small
middle
percentage.
school,
No, but
going
with
into
middle
that
school,
age.
we're talking 13 years old. My brother's
Small
12.
percentage. Small percentage.
But what I'm saying is, look, let's say you're dating a girl from, he's 21. Let's say you're dating a
I
girl from the
believe
time
people
she's
change
16.
over
You're
time.
talking high school relationships. What do you really know about love other than what your friends are telling you and what everyone
And
is
I
telling
can
you?
agree
Correct.
partially
So
with
you're
that.
not realizing what's really going on at that age.
Yeah.
You may be with somebody for a long time,
Yeah.
but it's not real.
Anything under 21,
What?
okay.
No,
It's a real-
I disagree. I disagree.
It's not real.
Wait,
It's not real.
no, I disagree. You know
I
why?
disagree.
real.
I don't know how
disagree.
to talk about love. I get it. People are not knowledgeable about love because one, they use it very loosely. They swear they love everybody.
Yeah,
when they
people
don't.
use the term
So-
love very loosely.
Yeah,
I
so-
can agree with that.
Love is something that you always have to continue learning how to love. Because I promise you, I heard a story where this girl talks about, not a story, but a interview where she said that love means different to everybody.
Was that the Lauren Hill
Yes,
video?
it was
Yeah.
the Lauryn Hill video. Immaturity, age has nothing to do with it. Because Ian, you know for a fact how mature I am than most people that we are surrounded by.
So let me ask you this question. How do you define love?
Define love.
If you had to define love in your own words, how would you define it?
I would define love as somebody.
Wait, love or being in love? Let's be specific.
Define being in love with somebody.
Being
How do
in-
you define it?
Being in love means to me is loving someone unconditionally through all the flaws, the things that you don't agree with, accepting them for who they are, and always worrying about them and growing together as partnership.
Okay.
Working as a future, where future, like let's say you respect my dreams, I respect yours. You worry about my dreams as much as I worry about yours.
Okay.
Respect,
I get that.
loyalty.
I get
I
that.
agree with you. My
Okay.
definition
I
of
get
being
that
in
way,
love,
yeah.
a big word is compromise. Because when you're in love with somebody, you make a lot of compromise because you love that person so much that it's like, okay, like you said, guys' night, girls' night.
I understand that. You do your thing, I'll do my girl
thing. So
thing.
you go out Fridays, I go out Saturdays, kind of thing.
We'll go out
But,
together.
or we can go out together. Agreed. Now, you know when you said like a high school relationship doesn't count, I'm gonna disagree with you with that because the man I'm with today, I met when I was 13 years old. Was I in love with him at 13? No, I fell in love with him through our relationship.
But-
From 17 to now at 23, almost 24, we have
But
a 6-year
if you didn't grow up, let me
relationship.
ask you a question. Do you know any different though?
No, and
You
that
don't, and that's the difference.
that
You
can
don't
be,
know
yes.
any difference.
And that
because
can be
all
a
you need
problem.
to do,
Because
all you
remember
need
what
to
we were
do,
talking about like a month ago.
all you need to do is meet somebody that's going to give you that 20% that he doesn't give you.
He just found it. It just got real.
All he needs to do is give you that 20% that you're not used to, and it's going to change
It's
your
gonna
whole
be
game.
a game
Let
changer.
me define
I
for
will
you.
agree with you there. I will not disagree with that.
Yes.
Ian's, everybody take this down. Ian's definition of love is giving someone the ability to hurt you, but trusting them not to.
Preach.
Go ahead.
Can we add that to Urban Dictionary?
Gotcha.
You should. Remember where it came from. Because if you love somebody,
I agree,
they have the ability to hurt you,
but they shouldn't
but
But
you
they
trust them
must
not to.
because they shouldn't.
Because they shouldn't. It's the truth.
My
Go
man
ahead.
here. My man here.
Keeping it real.
He's
on
just keeping it real.
Keeping it real. Hashtag keeping it real.
What about
Ian
you?
just kept it real.
What about
Alright,
you,
Ryan,
Ray?
what's your definition of love?
I don't think I really have a definition of love. I
Speak.
think
Why don't you look up when you speak?
Because the camera shot a little bit.
Okay.
This is not me.
But
Ray Day, the V8, twin turbo. Come see him.
my definition of love is probably a little different than everybody else. Like it's somebody that you meet that you already like. You know, there's love at first sight or whatever, but it's more than love at first sight. It's love that the first time you hang out with somebody, you already know. Like it's in your mind. Like looks is one thing, but attitude is another thing. You know, it's kind of hard to explain, but you know.
Do you feel like you can tell if she's the one?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of girls that look good, like, damn, I wiped it up. She's bad, she got a fat ass. That's how guys look at it. You know what I mean? Like,
But what about you?
But looks aren't everything.
looks aren't
I'm sure
everything.
we've learned.
I mean, you could have a 10 and you could have a 7. You could have a 5, a 4. I mean, it's all about attitude, and on top of that, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean,
So I
it's not
guess-
about looks at the end of the day. I mean, you
I
gotta
can
be,
agree with
you gotta be at least.
I just feel you. So you didn't love your ex.
I did.
He did.
You
was in
loved
love
her,
with
but he wasn't in love with her.
Why you say
He
that?
said he was in love with her. So
He
we're
could
gonna take his
say
word
that,
for it.
but as
We're gonna
you
take
talk-
his word for
Yeah, but as he talking about it, I don't think it was.
Because he's not in love with her anymore.
So okay, so what does love mean to you? Like, what do true when you say love? Obviously, you're not gonna use it on somebody that you met in 2 days. So how do you like? What do you
Like,
feel?
how do you
what
know,
do you look
like,
for
I
when
love
you
this
know
person?
somebody that you in love with them?
I could say just from what Ray has told me, like loyalty is a big thing to him. I feel like once somebody's loyal to him, he
You got
can
him.
love
At
them.
the end of the
He
day,
can love them.
it's loyalty is the biggest thing, but when you start a relationship with somebody, you don't know if they're loyal or not. Like, you have to fill them out, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm always loyal, 100%, no matter what. In any relationship I get into, if I was to cheat on somebody, I would rather break up with them first and then cheat on
So
them.
you never cheated on somebody?
Which takes us to our next topic.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, keeping it real, I always keep it real. Not
Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real.
Hold it!
I cheated in high school, middle school, but that really don't count.
Okay,
Well, hold on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on. Idiot face changed. Idiot face changed.
Before I go any further, what is our definition of cheating? Let's establish what do we consider cheating.
Cheating
because
is
some people
texting, like when let's say I'm talking to you and we're
But
dating.
texting ain't cheating.
No, if you're if
you
I'm
see that now we have a
no, I
disagreement.
disagree.
We feel texting is cheating. The men feel texting isn't cheating.
No, texting, like if I'm with you and we're in a relationship and you're texting a bitch that you're flirting with them, meeting up with them, that's fucking cheating.
Okay, that would be
Listen,
cheating. But
my-
just texting, like if it's just like just regular texting, like hey, how are you?
Good morning, winky face, kissy face.
No. We all know emojis are cheating.
Emojis are not.
Emojis
Yes, they
are
are.
cheating.
No,
Yes, they
Listen,
are.
You may have the intentions to
winky
cheat,
emojis,
but it's
eggplant
not
emojis,
cheating.
banana emojis, blushing
Eggplant
emojis,
emojis.
covering my
It's
mouth,
those
ears.
eggplant emojis. You know what I'm saying?
Cheating. Okay, if I need to text you and be like hi and cover my eyes, you cheated. You cheated.
I think it's cheating.
If you say hi to me and I write back hey and I'm blushing,
Hey, what a
Cheating.
double Y, you're cheating.
So let me
You're
ask you a
cheating.
question. Let me ask you a question.
cheating.
Let me ask you a question. I text you tomorrow morning. Good morning. How are you? You text me back. Great. How are you?
Yeah, but
Smiley
that's-
face.
Smiley face.
That's
That's
normal.
cheating?
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
normal.
normal. It's a
But you
regular
said
smiley
emoji.
face.
Halfway cheating.
Halfway cheating.
It depends. It depends. Because, like, for example, we're in texting, because there's no emotion in texting,
emotion.
words are everything. So if you just text me and be like, hey, Jello, how are you? That's not flirting. That's not cheating. But, like,
But
now
it
if I
may
text you
be
and be like,
flirting.
hey,
It may-
babe, how
but
are you?
It may be flirting from
But
mine.
if I was your
say,
man, I'd be like, yo, why
hey,
you
Jello.
texting another nigga? Like, why you responding? Like, why don't you let me know? Like, I'm a gangster nigga like that. Like, your boyfriend probably is. Like, yo, why you texting some dude? Even though you didn't respond, why he texting you when let... That's what I'm talking about.
But
That ain't love.
because you don't consider it
Ratchet.
Because you don't consider
Stop
it
that, nigga.
cheating. I may text you with all the intentions
Oh, flirting.
of flirting.
And that, people, is where there's a fine line with texting. How do we know?
You
Stop
don't.
texting niggas without.
We can edit it. So, the
Can't
guys
edit me
say
out.
they haven't cheated.
I never cheated.
Me.
I just feel like there's
Like
no
I said,
point
middle
of it.
school, high school is different. After
What's
that,
the definition of cheating?
What? Guys,
My personal
we cannot come up with a definition of
I'm a
cheating.
sucker for
We
love.
need you to tell us, what do you define cheating as?
Yes.
We all have different
because
definitions.
everybody has different.
There's
ways
no
of
right or wrong
feeling.
answer, because you know what? Everybody has different feelings.
let me keep it real for a second.
Texting is
So,
one thing.
I had a girl.
talking
I
on
had
the
a-
phone is one thing. If you chill with the piece, guy or girl, if you chill with the girl, actually meet up with the girl, the guy, That's
cheating.
That's cheating.
I can
That's
agree
cheating.
that that's
I
cheating.
can agree with
I
that.
mean, if you text,
But I can also agree that making
Halfway
the
there.
appointment to meet up with them is cheating. Because
But
if
it's
you
not,
have a
period.
significant
There's no
other,
action there. There's no action.
No, no,
there.
no.
But it's
There
still
has to
an
be
thought.
action.
It's still
But
a
there's an
thought.
intention.
It's still a
but if
thought.
there's a thought, there's something wrong in the relationship.
and I can agree with that. But we're just talking cheating in general.
But it's not.
It's
If
a
you don't
thought.
act upon it, if you don't
If it's
act
still
If
upon
I had
it,
a girl, right, and I
So
thought,
cheating is
if
a
I had
verb. You have to
if
actually
she was
do
my
something to the
girl,
other person.
you have to act upon
Okay,
it.
got
and I
Gotcha.
thought
Listen.
you were hot,
Don't get me
I have to
wrong.
meet you first to cheat, right? If I text you and tell you you're hot, this and that, whatever, I may have.
That's cheating.
No, it's
I mean, I
not
had the
cheating because he
intention
hasn't acted upon
But I
it.
It
have to
doesn't
act on
matter.
it. If I didn't
I still
meet
think
you or
it's
see you in
So
real
you're
life,
in a
It's flirting.
relationship right now. You're in a relationship
I
right
am.
now. Let's say I text you.
Uh-huh.
All right, on the DL, you text me back. Listen, we had a great time tonight.
Uh-huh.
I had a good time with you. I think you're a fucking funny ass person. Because I
No,
am.
that doesn't mean that we're
But
cheating.
all right, hear me out. Because I am, and I have yet to meet anybody
I am.
that has thought I'm not an awesome person because it doesn't happen. Because I am awesome all the time, 100% of the time. All right, you text me tomorrow and you're like, "Yo, I had such a great time. I can't wait till we do it again." In my head, I'm gonna be like, "Damn, this girl's fly. She wants to chill. Hey,
Let's meet up for drinks.
yo, let's meet up for drinks."
Yeah.
Exactly. In my head, I'm like, I'm gonna smash it. Because that's how my head works. Because I'm gonna smash it.
word.
I'm not saying with you.
No, no, no.
But
I know, I get what you're saying, the
but in my
scenario,
head,
the
in my
scenario.
scenario. And you're like, yeah, I think you're so funny.
You're
Let's
just
hang
seeing as a
out.
friendship, he sees it behind that.
Yeah,
What is that?
exactly.
Gotcha.
Girls may see it one way, and guys are gonna see it like, damn, this bitch wants to chill. And by bitch, I mean beautiful women, because I don't just, unless they deserve to be disrespected. But
Beautiful, intelligent, talented.
beautiful,
Cool.
intelligent, talented
Happy.
chicks with honor.
With
That's
honor.
how, with honor, bitches. Because that's how girls like to hear.
So, now you guys, we obviously don't know what the true definition of cheating is. So we definitely want you guys' feedback. So email us, put us, inbox us, DM us, everything. Give us our definition of cheating. So it's about to be a wrap.
Bitches love to be called the B word.
Well, it's gonna be a rough
Beautiful.
all night. Like, let's
Call
chill.
them beautiful.
Listen,
Can I chill?
if you guys want to hear
Eh,
more from Ian and Ray,
I just
let
wanna
us
chill.
know. We
Eh,
want to hear from you.
we want
Bring
more.
Ian and Ray Day back on the
Ray
show.
Bans.
Ray Bans.
Oh,
V8.
Twin turtle.
Winter. Bring thing one and thing two back on the show.
Hashtag. So definitely let us know.
Just
Thank
be
you
about
so much for tonight. Thank you
Yes.
for tuning in.
And as always, keep it real.
Ray Ian and Ray Day.
There you go.
She's the hottest chick in the game. That's why you watch the show. But.